This movie is about a substance called intoxication which people take whenever they want to. The effect of this substance is in some people's body and not in some people's body. And people turn into vampires by taking this substance. In the beginning of the story, we see two friends who were enjoying in the car. One of them was a boy named Robin. He was driving the car on a mountain road with his eyes closed. In the beginning, Robin's friend Mirda was liking everything. But when Robin drives the car faster, Mirda starts to get scared. But then Mirda sees a truck coming in front of her and tells her friend to park the car on the other side. But when Robin came very close to the truck, he suddenly turns his car on the other side. Now this is a mine. It had come into an ear. Mirda gets angry at Robin after getting out of the car and says that you are crazy. I don't want to die now. But when Robin convinces Mirda with love, she agrees. We come to know that Robin used to take substances. He was going to take substances here too. When Mirda sees this, she insists. She says that I also want to take this substance. But Robin says to her, Mirda, look, my dear, these substances are very different. Dangerous too. It can also blow your mind. Mirda promises Robin that after taking this substance, you will never take this substance because she loved him very much. And she also swears to live and die with Robin. After that, both put that substance in their eyes. After taking that substance, black liquid starts coming out of their eyes. Robin says to her, we will meet again. In the next scene, we are shown that Mirda and Robin's corpse was lying in the hospital, which was seen by Mirda's mom and dad standing outside. And they were very saddened by their daughter's death. It meant that after taking that substance, both had died. Both were dead. But here we find out that no one had come to take Robin's corpse. And all the culprits were thinking that Robin was responsible for Mirda's death. Then after that, we are shown a graveyard where Mirda and Robin were buried. Along with them, there were more teenagers, young boys and girls' graves. Their death was also due to taking this substance. Then Mirda's grave is heard. And suddenly, she came out of her grave. After some time, after breathing, she finds out that she is alive again. In front of her grave was Robin's grave. After seeing this, Mirda cries a lot. She screams and shouts. And then after a while, she leaves for her home. When she was leaving, she sees a car in which some friends were sitting and having fun. After seeing all this, Mirda started thinking about her past. So from here, we see the story of Mirda's past. When she was in college, one day some boys were bothering her. That's when she saw Robin for the first time in college. So from her friend, she finds out that all the girls in the college are crazy about Robin. At night, when she goes to the club with her friend, where a boy had deliberately dropped the drink on Mirda's friend. When her friend goes to the bathroom to clean herself, then she sees Robin again. After seeing this, Mirda started smiling. Robin was also coming to her. After seeing this, Mirda starts running. But he picks her up in his lap, brings her to the club and starts dancing. One day, when Robin went to drop her home at night, then here he was insisting on going to her home. But Mirda says, look, understand the matter. My mom and dad are at home. Robin also understands everything and goes away lovingly looking at Mirda. And Mirda came to her home through the bushes. Now the scene is present again, that is, it comes in the present time. Mirda had come out of her thoughts. She came back to her home through the same bushes. Mirda comes home, takes something out of the fridge and eats it. Then she goes to see her mom and dad who were sleeping in their room. When she was going to her room, her mom's eyes suddenly open. When she sees her daughter, she starts following Mirda. But Mirda sees her mom and closes the door. When her mom tells her to open the door, she sees her mom saying this and opens the door. When her mom was touching her, her body was feeling very cold. Mirda's dad also came here. But Mirda hears her dad's voice and runs away from her home. When her dad comes to see her mom in her room, they both felt that Mirda was in their thoughts. Mirda also ran away from her home and came to the forest. Here a group of people had come to take her with them. And they were telling her that we want to help you. But Mirda sees them and climbs the tree. For the time being, Mirda was saved from those people for a while. After which she goes back to her grave. So she could see her hands getting black. This blackness was spreading all over her body. Mirda gets worried. After which she comes to a store. When she goes to the bathroom there and sees herself, her eyes had also turned black. That blackness had also spread on her feet. And now her nails were also getting separated. When she comes out of the store, she goes to a club, where she meets an engineer who was trying to get along with her. Here in the club, she also sees Robin's friend. Now to escape from him, she came out of the club with the help of that engineer. On the other side, Mirda's mother who was in shock of her daughter's death. At that time a man comes to her house, who tells that your daughter Mirda is alive. She has come back. And after waking up from death, people first come to their home. This man was actually the leader of those people, whom we saw who were also looking for Mirda in the jungle. Mirda's father says to that leader, "Please don't give us any more trouble. We are already in a lot of trouble. My wife is not well." That leader goes and says to Mirda's father, "I am going now. But yes, remember what I said. If Mirda comes back home, then this time don't make the mistake of considering her your daughter, because she has now changed." Why did that man say this about Mirda? We will come to know in the next story. Mirda had come to the same place with that engineer, where she had come with Robin. The engineer was trying to misbehave with her, but she shouldn't have done this. Mirda was eating that engineer's neck like a hungry animal. Her eyes were also black. After eating that engineer, Mirda comes to a shop and steals a phone from there. We see that the news of the engineer's murder was going on TV. After stealing the phone, she calls her dad. But she can't say anything. She came to her house at night, where she used to stay with Robin. She first changes her clothes, and then lying on the sofa, she starts remembering the moments she spent with Robin. After that, her dad also came, who didn't know that Mirda was here. She was with her friend. He was telling her, "I knew that my daughter lives here with Robin, and she also takes substances, but I still paid the rent of this house. I am still sad about that." Mirda's dad's friend explains to her dad that you are not at fault in this. And after saying this, when she comes out of the room, Mirda catches her and attacks her. She also starts eating her like an engineer, because Mirda heard that girl instigating her dad. It meant that Mirda had now become a vampire, and all this was because of the same substance, which Robin had given her. Anyway, when her dad hears her voice, he comes and sees Mirda was full of blood. He was worried to see her. Then some people come here, who wanted to catch Mirda earlier also. They were coming here and shooting bullets, but Mirda doesn't get any effect of their bullets. But because of those bullets, her dad dies. She jumped out of the window. There were people of that group below, who were continuously shooting at her, but it doesn't affect them. She was running away. Then a woman comes there, who takes Mirda on her bike. This woman brings her to her house, and takes out bullets from her body, and tells that those people are from such a group, who kill dangerous people like us. And the government also supports them in this work. There those people were taking Mirda's dad and his friend's dead body. That woman tells Mirda that you are over dead. That means you are alive again after death. Those people call people like us over dead. She tells that after death, the people who are alive again, they bring danger with them, which is dangerous for other people. That woman, after talking to him, at night she teaches him the hunt of a man, that how to catch your prey and eat it. These two were going out of the city after eating that man. This woman wanted to take Mirda to her secret base, but Mirda doesn't go. She says that I will not go anywhere without Robin, and says this and jumps out of the moving car, because now she was not even afraid of death. She had come to know that she could not die now, after which she comes to the graveyard again, where Robin's friend was sitting on his grave and crying. When he sees Mirda, he gets surprised. He had now brought Mirda to his house. He tells her that Robin had told me that an animal has bitten him. Now when he was dancing with Mirda in talks, then Mirda's eyes had become black. She turns into a vampire. When Robin's friend sees this, he cuts his throat and says, "Make me a vampire too." But Mirda starts drinking blood coming out of his throat. There that woman who had saved Mirda, when she goes to her house, there were people of the same group, two of whom she kills. But there was also their leader. He had brought that woman with him by giving lightning shocks. When Mirda goes to the graveyard again and sees Robin's grave, there was no one there, but behind her the same group of men. He also takes her with him by giving lightning shocks. When Mirda comes to her senses, she finds herself in chains in front of the leader of the group. Mirda tells the leader to kill me, on which he says that you are going to die so easily. We will have to do a lot to kill you, because you are very strong, and you are the property of our special man, who was no one else but Robin. It meant that Robin was still alive. He was never dead. Robin comes and frees Mirda from the chains, and he brought her to a room with him, where now Robin tells her a story, that I had seen an over-dead eating his friend in front of my eyes, and on the same day I decided to meet this group, that I will join them and catch the over-dead people. I will kill them. That's when I took that substance with you, and that's why I turned you into an over-dead, so that both of us can join them. After hearing all this, she accepts that Robin is responsible for her death. He had changed her whole life. From a common man, he had turned her into a human-eating animal. She was not able to sleep thinking all this. That's why she comes out of this room, where she comes out and hears the screams of the same woman, who had helped her. The leader of the group was trying to kill her by giving her electric shocks. Mirda comes to that room and attacks the leader and makes her unconscious, and saves that woman. When she was going to save that woman, she meets the people of the group again on the way. They catch both of them again. Before that, they take both of them back. That's when Mirda kills all of them here. But as soon as she saw, many more people had come there, Mirda also fights them very bravely, and kills them too. When she comes out and sits in the car, Robin goes there, who says, "What are you doing? I have given you a gift, by making you a vampire like me." Mirda holds Robin's neck and says, "You have killed Mirda, and I am not Mirda anymore." She gives him an electric shock, and takes that woman away from there. At the end of the story, we see that the woman was teaching Mirda how to catch her prey. We see Mirda, who looked like she was ready. And with that, this film ends here.